The darkness arrived this season, and rather than coming in all guns blazing, they've been trying to persuade us that perhaps the light isn't the only way. This week, that persuasion ramped up with the reveal of a gift from the darkness themselves in the form of ruinous effigy. This is a fun and unique weapon, but what are the implications of accepting this gift from the darkness? If you're new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for all the latest Destiny 2 content. And I'm giving away a copy of Destiny 2 Beyond Light in each of the months building up to release, so in July, August and September. All you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel and leave a comment down below to enter, and I'll pick a winner at random at the end of each month and announce the winner in an upcoming video. There's also a hidden hashtag somewhere in the video, and if you can find it and put that in your comment, then that will give you an additional entry into the giveaway. Good luck with that, and let's get into the video. In early June, at the start of Season of Arrivals, the darkness arrived on Io as a huge looming force that just sat there. At first, we thought the darkness would be coming in to exterminate everything in their path, and yet they sit there and wait. Rather than coming in with force, they claim to speak only the truth. But what truth? Eris and Drifter want us to speak to the darkness and understand their message. However, there's something in the middle. A third party trying to distort these messages from the darkness, and that's Savathûn. The witch sister of the Taken King Oryx is trying to block these messages addressed to us, and week over week we must enter the court of Savathûn and defeat her minions to reach Eris Morn and translate these messages. Zavala? He's nervous. He can see Eris's obsession with the Taken Queen and the growing interest in the darkness. And why would a Guardian of the Light want to talk to them, a long-sworn enemy of the Traveller? We have been a true servant of the light, but now the darkness have arrived, they appear to be trying to tell us a version of the truth. This is a truth that clearly parties don't want us to hear. We've grown powerful over the years, working with the Vanguard, defeating Oryx and his son Crota, defeating Ghaul and the Cabal forces during the Red War. Zavala may be cautious about losing us to the darkness as we become a powerful ally, perhaps the most powerful ally in all of the tower. All around him, he can see others interested in the darkness, with Eris wanting to talk, and Drifter, as always, not really taking things seriously. As the weeks go by, we learn more and more from the weekly interference mission. Before, we may have taken the Traveller for granted, but now the darkness aims to shine a light on the frailties of aligning with such a being. Take week 2, for example, with the Law Entry Eggshell. Eris interprets the message as the Traveller acting like a barrier, something we're meant to outgrow like a small chick, once comfortable inside an egg, that later bursts out and realises its true potential. As well as the persuasion techniques, they now give us gifts in attempts to woo us over to the side of the darkness. So let's take a look at the lore entry for Gift. Gift. Personal notes, scored in hive leather with a knife. Something new has blossomed in the cradle, a gift to reward my attention. It terrifies me, and the more afraid I am, the more I want to accept it. I came to learn from what I fear most. The more I am afraid, the more there is to learn. The shoot is a single silver branch with leaves like down. I think they're tiny feathers. Is it some thorn of Savathûn's sent to bring disaster? No, I know it's not. That would be too simple. It's from the Black Pyramid, and it was meant for me. I will let it grow and see if it bears fruit. It is true that I am watched by many Guardians and doubted and mocked, but this is the price of connectedness. This is proof, no matter how bitter, that I am part of something larger. Others look to me for guidance, so I choose to be worthy of that trust. I choose to tell Zavala what I have found. I will even invite him to see it. So looking back at this week's weekly interference mission, Zavala appears in front of Eris and the Guardian under the Tree of the Silver Wings, saying he's been reading Eris's reports and that the message from the darkness appears obtuse. Zavala, clearly frustrated by Eris's continued interest in the darkness and their gifts, asks questions of their intent. Zavala warns Eris is playing a dangerous game and the risk of the darkness exploiting our curiosity, and he's right. Eris tries to calm Zavala by saying any gift could be surrendered to the Vanguard, but by then, could it be too late?
Interesting. This phrasing is directed at an equal. The message here is gift. Something offered. In an outstretched hand.
Magnificent.
Commander, to what do we owe this pleasure?
I've been reading your reports. The Darkness's messages are...
Playful?
I was going to say obtuse.
Come, have a look at the latest.
What is it?
A gift.
This is not what we agreed upon.
I don't remember agreeing to anything.
You're playing a dangerous game. Good thing you're a dangerous woman. The messages you've decrypted have proved invaluable. Now we know how our enemy thinks. Tell me, what if the pyramids intend to exploit our curiosity?
We wield their gift against them.
And if it proves unwieldy?
Then it will be surrendered to the Vanguard for containment.
And what of the Hive?
Savathun will not confront us directly. It is not her way.
She thinks too much of herself. And too little of others.
Thank you.
I look forward to your next report. The drifters are... lacking.
Zavala and Banshee 44 managed to inspect the weapon at some point either before or after we claimed it from the Umbral decoder. So let's check out the lore tab on the Ruinous Effigy for more info. Ruinous Effigy. That's not right. Banshee 44 taps a spectral analyzer against the effigy's frame. Commander Zavala turns, closes the lid on a small golden weapon case, and walks to Banshee's side. What have you found? Well, it's not petrified wood, but it's organic. That's troubling, Zavala says, and moves to run his fingers over the weapon's frame. I wouldn't. A shallow cold saps the heat from Zavala's fingertips. He pulls back. This wasn't in Eris's report. His voice is thin and stark with disappointment, as if spoken through dead winter air. Guardian doesn't seem to notice either. Banshee clicks the analyzer into a tool tray, leeches a bit, kicks out void. Sig's hazy though. Wild. Long quiet overtakes the workshop, imposed by shuttered windows and empty streets below. They stand over the weapon. Banshee stares down and nods along to the ambient static. What were you saying? The weapon's master's voice is framed in apology. Zavala puts a hand on Banshee's shoulder, smiles, and gestures to the weapon. Equipment that uses the wielder's light is not unprecedented. It doesn't use it, it eats it. Thing's got an appetite. Works almost like a converter. Is it dangerous? Nah, Guardian doesn't even seem to notice. I'll get you a write-up. So here Banshee 44 and Zavala are inspecting the ruinous effigy, and it feels instantly cold to the touch. However, Banshee 44 comments, although this is true for Zavala, this doesn't appear to be the case for us, or perhaps Eris Morn. And this could be a direct result of us speaking to the Darkness each week with Eris, perhaps indicating us as chosen by the Darkness to wield their powers. We've had experience in dabbling in the Darkness before with Gambit and weapons like Thorn, which have influence from the Darkness. By not feeling the cold touch, what does this mean for us as the Guardian of the Light? It certainly feels like this gift is being given to us to entice us over to the way of the pyramids. Zavala knows something is going on with Eris and Drifter, but us? What does Zavala think about our role in all this? The main feature of the Ruinous Effigy are the Transmutation Spheres, and they've got a few purposes. Transmutation Spheres have 3 abilities. We've got the Heavy Attack, the Light Attack, and the Guard and Drain. So the sphere has an ammo counter that goes down as time passes, and the Heavy Attack consumes all ammo and does devastating damage to the area around it. The Heavy Attack at full ammo will do the same damage as a Heavy Attack with 5. The light attack consumes 1 ammo and does a small amount of damage. The Drain Guard ability slowly damages enemies within the vicinity and regenerates the user's health. It also provides a bonus to damage resistance, and crucially this ability slowly consumes ammo and can be used past 1 ammo, but in doing so damages the player. One aspect of the Ruinous Effigy is the slow consumption of our light, as Banshee 44 pointed out in the lore. It acts as a converter, but what is it converting our light to? It could be that we're getting softened up by the darkness, so that once we have that choice presented to us, our choice is simple. The final thing I wanted to point out related to our gift, in inverted commas, is the text that accompanies it. And it reads, "From the many wings of ruin blows a wind that will reshape this dead world." And if anything, that sounds absolutely terrifying. It remains to be seen what's going to happen next, but it certainly looks like our corruption and perhaps the transition to the ways of the darkness has begun by accepting its first gift. And it'd be interesting to see how this story unfolds over the coming weeks and our role in that story. Well, let me know what you think down in the comments. Where do you think this is going, and what do you think is coming next, and what do you think of that lore tab and that conversation between Zavala and Banshee 44 and what it means for us in the fact that we can't feel that cold touch from the darkness. Well, that's it for this look at the gift from the darkness, and thank you so much for watching. For more Destiny 2 content like this, hit that subscribe button down below, subscribe to This Week in Video Games, and if you want to be notified the next time I upload, then hit that bell button too. Or you can follow me on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out these other videos on the channel. Thanks again, I'll see you soon.